Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet one of the top labor attorneys in DFW. His incredible story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I love to do shows about entrepreneurs in the legal world, and I'm talking to a true entrepreneur because he's climbed his way up to being one of the most respected labor attorneys in DFW. Brandon Whit Maxey is in the studio. He's a partner with Mayer LLP. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's start with your journey. So where were you born and raised?
Well, split time between Arkansas and Dallas growing up. I was born in a really small town in Mena, Arkansas, which... not a whole lot going on there, but it's a beautiful place up in the Ouachita Mountains. Moved down here when I was a kid, and then we moved back when I was in high school, and graduated from high school there, and then came back down here for college at UT Dallas.
And I noticed Air Force Academy. You went to Arkansas for a while. You went to UTD.
Yeah, spent some time after high school at the United States Air Force Academy, where I went through basic and spent about a year there. And then came home, worked as a substitute teacher and in fact, a custodian in my high school for a semester. And then from there, transferred to UT Dallas, where I graduated my undergrad degree in public affairs, and then went back to Arkansas for law school at the university. Yeah.
Okay, when did the legal bug bite you? When did you know you wanted to be an attorney?
I was certainly after my time at the academy. I came back home and was really thinking about what to do next. And around that time, my folks were kind of going through some stuff that involved lawyers as well. So I got to know those guys and really just enjoyed talking to them. And they shared some insight about their job, which then got me to thinking, well, why not me too? So
yeah. And you have a dream firm. I looked it up. Mayer is just blowing and going. You have 136 lawyers?
Yeah, well, it's been a great place to work. We opened in January of 2019, I believe. Started with 20-something lawyers, and now we're up to 130 plus.
Wow. What do you think the secret is? Why do so many lawyers end up gravitating?
Well, I think it's just the vision of our founding equity partners. So Zach Mayer is the name partner. There's also a core group of attorneys around them as well that just have... One, they're great folks. And on top of that, they're also great attorneys. Been able to just learn and grow from my partners at my firm and seeing how just their presence, not only in the courtroom, but also in outside dealing with clients, with opposing counsel, just in the community as well. So I think it's all the above, and it really starts with the leadership.
Yeah. I was on your YouTube channel, and there's dozens of videos. I found one that I like. Let's go ahead and roll this.
At Mayer, clients come to us for our legal and business acumen. But they stay because of how we conduct business, which is shaped by what we believe. At Mayer, we believe in unity and lifting each other up when we face challenges. We believe in excellence, in continually finding ways to do things better. We believe in learning and investing in exceptional people who are committed to growing. The more we embrace our beliefs, the more clients notice. They notice our collaborative approach and their access to exceptional attorneys whose skills match their needs. They notice our innovative spirit and our pride in bringing new and unexpected ideas to the table. They notice our determined drive to resolve the challenges they face so they can focus on being the best at what they do. Founded in 2019 by 25 visionary attorneys who wanted to find a better way to practice business law, Mayer has intentionally grown in size, capability, and in recognition of our commitment to find better and smarter ways to provide value to our clients in all we do. At Mayer, we live and breathe our beliefs consistently. Every day, across all offices, amongst all employees and practice groups, to build a law firm our clients and employees respect and trust. It's more than a way of doing business. It's what we believe.
Wow, what a cool firm. Yeah. So I want to ask you about your favorite case of all time.
Yeah, so that's a good question. And, you know, of course, you can't get into a lot of specifics, but I will tell you that my favorite clients are certainly the folks that view us as an extension of their business, or for individuals as a trusted advisor. And in one particular case, we had a company that had a former employee that left, and we thought, based off of the conduct after them, after they left, that, well, they might have taken some what we call trade secrets, which for this particular client was really the lifeblood of their company. It wasn't just things like customer lists, it was stuff that makes the company go, how they do things. And the fear was that this former employee was competing against them, using that information against them. And so we ended up going to court against them, and going the injunction route right here in Dallas, and had a case in front of one of my favorite judges where we ended up, in fact, doing, I think, the very first remote hearing in Dallas during the COVID cycle. So, you know, and that was really rewarding too, because we had great clients that, you know, really certainly wanted our opinion, that wasn't just there to fight, but also, you know, wanted to work with us to make sure that we meet their goals, to protect their company, and when necessary, go to court and fight for them. So, and then at the same time, you throw in the fact that COVID was happening all around us, things are shutting down.
Sure.
But the exposure to the client was still out there. So working with our great judiciary here in Dallas to make sure that our client had their day in court, although we weren't technically in court.
Yeah.
In fact, I think during that hearing, I was in my office study, and my 7-year-old boy, I think, even kicked open the door during the hearing and came in and said hi to everybody. So
those things go viral, you know that. As we said, you have a huge firm. Let's go ahead and pull up some of the attorneys that are on this. And this is only a 15-minute show, so we can't share your everybody. But I mean, it's tell us about the quality of the attorneys that you guys are attracting.
Well, I mean, just from that list there on the folks that you've already shown, I mean, some of the best courtroom attorneys in the country. I put our work up against anybody anybody that's around. And it's not just that too, you know, kind of what we were talking about earlier, where we're also not just there to be in the courtroom, or we're also advisors. You know, we tell, we work with our clients to make sure that their business goals are met through our services, whether that's in the courtroom, through negotiations, through risk management and identifying issues that could pop up they haven't considered yet. And, you know, some of these people, and you're scrolling past one, Stephen Rispoli, who is, I think, one of the best folks in Texas with mock juries and doing, if you're headed to court, if you're headed to trial, getting him involved and doing what they call mock juries or mock trials,
Sure.
where you can identify risk. You can pitch your arguments to potential jurors and identify how things are perceived, and also identify, if you're on the defense side, what exposure that you have, and
Sure.
from the plaintiff side, really help value in your case.
Well, I love that you have so many litigators at this firm, because there's a lot of lawyers, as you know, who've never seen the inside of a courtroom before.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure that whether you're the plaintiff or the defendant, the other side knows that you've never seen the inside of a courtroom. And so they could eat you alive, couldn't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, we really pride ourselves on the fact that early on, if you're a litigator in our firm, you're going to get courtroom experience. You're going to get to go take depositions early on and argue motions in court. We have a great group of corporate attorneys too that do the transactional work for our clients. And if you're an associate on their team, I mean, you're just as involved in those deals as they are. And same for our labor and employment team too. When I first started, I was a young attorney, about 6 years maybe out of law school. And our labor and employment main partner, Rob Rickman, really took me under his wing and showed me not only how to litigate employment-related cases, but also advise clients on employment-related matters before they turn into big disputes that lead to litigation.
Absolutely. And you like to give back to our community, and you just received a high honor. We're going to put this on the screen. You were appointed to Plano ISD Education Foundation Board of Directors.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so this is a great organization. So the Education Foundation is a nonprofit, obviously up in Plano, what we do is we supplement the school district on across the board, trying to raise money to help our teachers, help our students, help our staff. One thing that we do every year is that we get applications from teachers from pretty much every school at the district for grants. So this could be anything from biology teacher needing a microscope to a new beaker set,
Sure.
to an ROTC team needing who's looking at getting into drone competitions, things of that nature. And so we go through those applications, and we're lucky enough that we have a tremendous group of donors and community organizers that donate on an individual level, and then on a corporate level too.
Sure.
That we're able to fund a lot of those grants for those teachers that give our students really cool programs and make Plano ISD a great place to go to school.
Well, and I think so many people think of Plano, and on the surface, it's a very affluent community compared to others. Mm-hmm. But there's a homelessness problem that you guys have identified. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So, I don't remember the exact number, but there's a good portion of our students, even in a place like Plano ISD, who are homeless or are food insecure. And one of the things that we do with the foundation is that we help stock a student store where students of need and their families can come in, get school supplies, can get food if needed, and sometimes even winter jackets and clothes. And that's probably my favorite thing that we do through the Education Foundation, is that we raise money and we raise the materials and run the operation for that quote unquote store.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, no, it's making when you donate to or contribute your time and effort to that nonprofit, the Education Foundation, it really does make a meaningful impact on our students and our teachers.
Sure, and if you're hungry, you can't learn. So, I mean, taking care of those basics, I think that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
We've got about a minute left, so look into that camera on the left and give us some final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with?
Well, I would say if you're a business owner, certainly think about how your business and the relationships that you have, really those most important relationships with your customers, your vendors, your employees, those often, as we all know, lead to disputes sometimes.
Yes.
And finding the right attorney to help guide you through that is vital for the success of your company, for making sure your company's goals are met as you navigate those disputes. And so my parting message would be to, as those things pop up, keep us in mind, and we're always happy to help.
Outstanding. We're going to leave you with the website, which is MayerLLC.com. The great Brandon Whit Maxey. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yes, thank you, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.